morning, folks. You're very welcome to the vlog. Today we find ourselves at Llandwyn Island in South Wales, otherwise known a piece of heaven. Good morning. We're in a place that I think is, well, it's a bit of heaven really, to be honest. I've had a few fantastic experiences here photographically. It's just, as you can see behind us, we've got a cloud over the Menai Strait and we're looking at the mountains behind them. That would be the Snowdonia mountain range. Fantastic there as the sun is beginning to rise. It's just after 5 o'clock in the morning. We're the only souls on this beach, and rightly so. That's the whole idea. Behind you at the moment is the vast Llandwyn beach, and we're walking over to Llandwyn Island. We have to make sure we're back before, I think, 9 o'clock in the morning. I think we'll have plenty of time because the tide comes in and it actually cuts off the island for about an hour and a bit. We're wearing the shorts anyway, and we can always take off the old runners and walk across the water for a cop. But it's a stunning place to be, I have to say. I was here a couple of years ago, got beautiful weather, and wow, the shots that I got from it afterwards I was really delighted with. Hoping for a replica of that today. Often when you're hoping for things like that, they don't just work out, but it's starting off very promising. Lovely colour here in the actual sky in the morning. We're using this particular water that's laying on the beach since the tide went out as a kind of a lead-in line. We don't know what the shots will turn out like. If they turn out any good, I'll show them to you, and if they won't, well, we'll walk on further and get more shots. Catch you in a minute. Right, we've arrived out in Llandwyn Island and the sun is just after rising, and in my opinion we've got an absolutely stunning vista here behind me. I'll give you a look at that in a second. Shooting away mad, handheld now. Originally we had him on a tripod as we're coming out, beautiful colours as we were walking across the beach. I'm talking very quickly because I want to get the vlog in, but I also want to get the shots. Yeah, I was using a reverse grad there to try and control the sun, but I was also shooting at 1/320th of a second into the sun with the boats there, with the actual tower which is behind me just in it as well too. Now that's the smaller of the two towers, and with all due respects they could do with a lick of paint. Yeah, I won't be around to do it, but when they are bright white as they were when I was here 3 years ago, they were stunning. Still they will be beautiful. We also have ponies which are an addition to the last time I was here. You can see some of the ponies over there just alongside of the actual small cottages. The problem with Llandwyn Island is there is just so many things to shoot in so little time, and also you're trying to isolate things. Thankfully lots of paths like I have just behind me, I think you can just see it there, and they provide fantastic leading lines for the different shots, so if you're out here use those. Now I'm going to rush. I'll give you a look at the vista here and then I'll get cracking with some shooting. Okay, talk to you in a while. Well folks, the sun has well and truly risen up now. It's over an hour and a half since we got here, and over two and a half hours since we left the actual car. What a spectacular location. Darren asked me the other day, he said, you know, what is your favourite location? And you know, Scotland, I have to say, would be one of my favourites. You know, where in Scotland you might ask, well, there's an amount of places, but I have to say that Llandwyn Island is very close to the top. It's definitely top 3 if it's not the very top. Now, I've been very, very fortunate when I came out here that I've had excellent weather. I've come early morning. It's been quiet. Nobody else here around at that time. This morning we had some fog, and a lovely addition of the ponies as well too. Yachts been out on the bay. And you've got so much here. You've got this cross there behind you, a wreck of a church further on, another Celtic cross. We have this particular centre feature here in the tower behind me, and another mini tower, lads, further over by the boats. And then we've got the actual let's say the houses. I'm not sure, you know, they're hardly lighthouse keepers' houses. I know they talk about that being some form of a beacon of sorts. I'm not quite sure, but so many different compositions when you get out here. Now, one thing I would say is when you do come out, first of all, it's a big long walk. Secondly, mind the tide. Don't get caught. Even if you are caught, make sure if you are, have shorts on, because I think you can take off the socks and shoes and walk across. It might happen to us later, we're not really sure. High tide is at 9 o'clock, we're about an hour and a half away from it. We think we'll be okay. But when you come out, keep shooting from all different angles. Use the lines, or the pathways here as leading lines. Take a step, 10 steps on, turn, look around. There's a different composition at every different location. Every time you stop, there's something. Especially in this, you know, digital age. Shoot, because all you can do is press the delete button if they're not good enough. But if you don't have them on the camera, well, then you won't have them at all. So take the shot, whatever you do. I certainly have done that. I also brought the drone out this time, and it gave me a kind of a different dynamic, which I was delighted with. And I was able to get those semi-unique shots from angles that hopefully nobody else has got. And it's very hard to get an original shot on ground level. The one thing about a drone is you can get maybe something slightly different. Even if somebody else has brought a drone out here, they may not have taken a shot at that particular point. And with the low sun as well too, everything looks so well. So I have to say I'm absolutely delighted and thrilled with this particular location. We've got excellent conditions, and the peace and the stillness out here. There's something very spiritual about it, and I'm sure that's what a lot of people feel when they come out as well. Anyway, listen, thank you very, very much for joining me here. I hope you're keeping well. If you like this vlog, well, please give us a like. I really do appreciate that. It helps develop the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, well, why not do so and join me and Daz on other adventures, both in Ireland and abroad. As I said already, thank you for joining me. Take care. Until next time, talk to you soon.